back in the studio, and I'm going to turn this all over to Jason Healey, since my voice isn't behaving myself. So Jason, welcome.
Thank you very much. So I guess today I'll be telling you some things we have going on in dining in the month of March. First of all, I just want to let you and everyone know, if you haven't already heard, that we're going kind of back to our normal dining operations.
Wonderful.
Yes, very much so. Hopefully by tonight's dinner service, Monday night, we'll be fully back up to our normal operating standards. If not Tuesday night, the only reason behind that is certain things like tablecloths or different kind of materials because of shipping over the weekend. I don't know if the storms have messed any of those delivery schedules up, but our goal is as soon as possible, like I said, if not tonight, tomorrow, to go back to pretty much everything being normal. The only thing that we're doing a little bit different, and it really won't affect, I think, the residents, we're still going to be using some of the norovirus chemicals to wipe down, clean, sanitize. So you'll probably see our wipe downing and cleaning procedures a little bit more than what they were prior to the GI flu outbreak. We just want to keep that up just to make sure nothing comes back. So once again, recommendation to everyone, please stay on top of hand washing. We're still in flu season, so we don't want to see that come back, but that's a big one for us, and I know a big one for the residents is to get back to normal operating there. So there's a lot of things going on in March that I'll discuss. First of all, which is, I guess, somewhat a dining issue, but just a reminder to everyone, is that this upcoming Saturday on the 10th, it's daylight savings time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we want to make sure that we, before you go to bed that night, put your clocks an hour earlier. That's something, we got to make sure the staff know so they come to work on time.
Exactly.
And the same thing, too. I don't want any residents showing up and we're not opened because they hadn't set their clocks. So that's kind of the first thing there. And then the following week in our Mixing Bowl Bistro, we'll be running a week-long of different specials kind of around March Madness and basketball. So we'll have the games on the TV there. We'll have different food and drink specials. So during the course of this week, I would ask the staff, they should have some signage up there, and we'll have some stuff posted around. But, it's a good time to watch the games. I hate to say the only time I really do watch college basketball is around March Madness, but it's really exciting and a good time. So hopefully people will be able to come out and watch some games and enjoy some food.
Sounds like fun.
Food specials, yeah. And then on the 17th, we'll be celebrating St. Patrick's Day with specials in all of our dining facilities. We will suspend signature dining for that day and be running
a special menu?
Special menus in all of them, and so you'll see those posted. We'll be decorated and stuff like that, and I believe Jefferson, Woodland, Skies, Fireside will be doing little samples of green beer, so while you're waiting you can try those. So that should be great. And then on the 20th is we just decided to pack that day with a couple things. So one is we'll be doing Fireside, Potomac Cafe's town hall meeting. Those Fireside meeting starts at 10 a.m. Potomac Cafe rolls right into that at 11, but it's also the first day of spring. So we're going to be offering complimentary sorbet treats. Village Square lobby is going to be at 11 o'clock till noon. Town Center upper lobby is from 1 to 2. Garden Ridge main lobby is from 1 to 2. And then Hunter's Crossing lobby is from 2 to 3. So come out, get a little sorbet, and hopefully the weather will act like the first day of spring. So
you never know. We could have a big snow that day.
Correct. You never know. March is one of those kind of months where it can go either way.
Right.
And then, we have Palm Sunday on the 25th, and then there'll be, normal signature menu, but we'll have some nice items on for that for the holiday. And then the 29th is opening day of baseball. So we're going to have a lot of specials that are themed around that, cafe, mixing bowl, and then we'll try to get that going. And then even though it's not in March, I believe April 5th, I would have to double check the date, is the Nats home opener. And I know we're going to be doing a big thing for a viewing party of that in the Hunters Crossing. And we'll have food and specials so everyone can come out, watch the Nats first home game. So that'll be great. And then to kind of end the month, on the 30th, we're doing Green Springs Directors Mix and Mingle with the residents. So that'll be in the Acatink room from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And it's a great time if you haven't been. You get to talk to any director that you want, share your feelings, good or bad. But at the end of the day, the dining staff does a great job, puts out a great spread. We always have some different drinks and cocktails that you can have, and really it was a good time. I got to be here for the one we did in the winter. It was really nice to meet a lot of residents. A lot of new residents came out, so they were finding information out and being able to share with one another and also the directors on campus, which was great, and it's just a great time to come out and enjoy.
The directors come about, what, 2 or 3 times a year?
Well, the mix and mingle, yeah, we do about 3, I think once a quarter. We try to do it, and it's a good time for us. Dining services, we actually use an opportunity. So a lot of times we'll bring in potentially new products that we'd bring to Green Springs. So if you want a real honest opinion, give it to someone for free. They'll tell you if they like it or don't. So you kind of get to get resident feedback. A lot of our new wine lists that are in our restaurants were based off Mix and Mingle's feedback. What people liked, didn't like, what was more of a preference, and things of that nature. So it worked out really well. A couple other things is Good Friday and Passover actually begin both on March 30th, which is that last Friday of the month. So that's really all the things we have going on in March in dining services.
Sounds like a lot.
It is, and hopefully now with going back to normal operating procedures, we'll be able to do even more. Catering itself has picked up a lot, so if you had any events that got canceled because of what we had going on, please reach out to G and see if you want to reschedule those, because a lot of people are coming very quickly and booking up space. So make sure you get ahead of that.
What are the spaces that are available for special events like that?
I think it really depends on the size of what you want to do. I mean, obviously, Hunters Crossing's space is very large. The Acatink room is very large. But some people will get smaller venues, meeting spaces to do little things. It really depends on the calendar, what's available. And I tell people, too, if you don't want to go necessarily through that catering route, but you have a group, the private dining rooms and all the dining spaces are great venues. Just down here, Woodland Skies, lunch is a great time too. A lot of people do them for dinner, but lunch, and then also reach out to us if there's something particular that you want to do. We might be able to use that as catering space, set up around you, especially for venues that don't, Jefferson's PDR isn't really used during lunch because it's not open. So if you wanted to do something small in there, that would be another opportunity too.
So just come see G if we have.
Come see G. He's the guy. He'll be able to tell you what's available, what time, and what offers. And we have a nice menu, but that's the thing too, is that we really like to customize. So if you have a specific ideal or vision, our menus are very basic and everyday stuff. But if it's a theme or an ethnic kind of thing that you want to do, let us know. Our chefs are amazing here, so we're always up for a challenge.
Right. Sounds great.
Good.
Sounds great. So you have anything coming up in the future that we need to anticipate?
No, I mean, just a lot of different events. We try to keep it active, and we also always ask, the residents' input on things that they would want to see. We're working a lot with the community in different areas where we can maybe add some things to things that we're currently doing. So you might see us as dining for some of the venues. So when music or entertainment's on campus, before it was kind of you just came and saw the music and it was that. We might start doing pop-up bars or little appetizers or something like that. We're looking at maybe, if an art show has a good following, maybe we'll keep the bistro open a little bit later and have a specialty little menu so you can go check out the art and then come and kind of mingle and talk to friends in the bistro.
Wonderful. Sounds wonderful. I had something else pop through my mind, and now I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it sounds like you're trying to listen to the residents.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that's really what we're trying to give, and listen to everyone. And that's the challenge, I think, sometimes for us, is that some people are very vocal on something they want, but it's a very small amount of the resident population who wants that. And we try to, you know, excuse the expression, bang for your buck. We try to get as many people happy with what we're putting out as possible, and but also too, we want to make sure that everyone feels that they're being heard.
Now, for the sake of newcomers, because we have so many newcomers every time, these what are they called? The meetings in the dining rooms.
The town halls.
Town halls
yes.
in the dining rooms. Explain just a bit. We have a couple of minutes.
Okay. The town halls are great. The town halls are a good opportunity for the management of that dining room to kind of let you know things that were going on, changes that have happened or might possibly be happening down in the future. And, you know, we kind of cover, you know, if we see there were any trends in comment cards, and we might address things that we did as management to fix those issues, or say, hey, we also heard a lot of people liked this, so we're going to make sure that these items are on our menus more frequently. But then it's really a Q&A. So we really kind of open it up to the floor, and all types of questions. You know, some people, you know, I think a lot of food-based questions, you know, menu. Some people ask questions about, you know, my nutrition, net menu, things of that nature. Just different things, events. Some people, you know, will comment on things that they really liked, which is very positive for us. So we kind of make note of that to make sure that we repeat that or something in that style moving forward. And then sometimes you hear like, hey, I know you guys tried this, but we really didn't like it, and so that'll be something that we don't repeat, you know, and don't do again. But it's a very nice in the community. You know, I think a lot of people get to see, you know, different people's points of views and get a lot of questions answered.
So now the next town hall meeting is when and where?
The 20th, Tuesday. It's held in Fireside, and because Potomac Cafe is open during that time period, Potomac Cafe's meeting's in the exact same spot. So Fireside has the first hour from 10 to 11, and then after that's over with, it's like a 5-minute little break, and then we do it for Potomac Cafe. And a lot of people stay for both, just because if they really enjoy that dining facility, a lot of times they'll go to the cafe for lunch and Fireside for dinner. So they're usually involved in both.
And then the other dining rooms will have town halls later.
Yes, we will have that. So because to try to throw them all back in, because we missed January and February's. One of them was Jefferson's, where we did do a pop-up one in December, so we're just going to kind of roll into April. And I think, I believe Jefferson's next in April, and then Woodland Skies would come up. But especially if you need to give us a comment, don't wait for a town hall meeting. Our managers,
grab a comment card, too.
Comment cards are great. And then also,
office.
Talk to us. You can stop in the office, talk to the managers in the facility. Those are great resources right there. Doesn't necessarily have to be in that forum, but it's great feedback, and that's really what we look for.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.